1,000 troops into the country, U.S. officials are refusing to call the deployment a combat mission or an official evacuation. It comes as Kandahar, the second largest city in Afghanistan, falls to the Taliban. Militants have taken control of 12 provincial capitals in 1 week.
And 3 more provincial capitals have fallen in the last 24 hours. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi requesting an all-members briefing from the Biden administration on the deteriorating situation in Afghanistan when the House returns from recess on August 23rd. Overnight, the FDA approving a third coronavirus vaccine shot.
The additional COVID-19 dose is expected to go to those who have weakened immune systems from things like organ transplants, cancer therapy, or advanced HIV disease. White House Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci tells ABC News people who are immunocompromised don't typically have the same immune response from the standard vaccine regimen that the general population does.
So it really is to get them up to where they should have been in the first place.
Fauci says he expects the general public may need booster shots at some point, but it's not something he expects imminently. Mark Remillard, ABC News.
Florida and Texas account for nearly 40% of new COVID hospitalizations. In South Florida, 4 educators in Broward County died of the virus in the last 36 hours. 3 were not vaccinated. New numbers from the U.S. Census Bureau showing the number of white people in the U.S. has dropped for the first time in history, down by 8.6% since 2010. You're listening to ABC News.
In their recent budget proposal, the White House Budget Office forecast inflation for 2021 at 2.1%. In June, the actual rate was 5.4%. The point? Inflation is here. It's coming faster than our government is prepared for, and their solution is to stick their heads in the sand. Now, don't stick your head in the sand. This is Dinesh D'Souza urging you to hedge against inflation by diversifying into gold and silver with Birch Gold Group. Through a little-known tax loophole, Birch Gold Group can help you convert your retirement savings tied to the stock market into an IRA backed by precious metals. I buy my gold from Birch Gold. They have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and countless 5-star reviews. Get a free information kit by texting the word PROTECT to 989898. Again, text PROTECT to 989898. To claim your free, no-obligation information kit and to speak with a precious metals expert on holding gold and silver in a tax-sheltered account.
A small town in southwestern England rattled by gun violence. The shooting in Plymouth leaving 5 people dead before the suspect turned the gun on himself.
Tragic incidents like these are rare in the UK, and the locals are in disbelief.
Obviously, it's quite close to home, which is quite frightening. So, yeah, scary.
It's not really what you think to hear down in Plymouth, is it, really? It's just not the ordinary.
School and church in the neighborhood have opened up for those affected by the attack. Police have determined it was not terror-related.
ABC's Tom Rivers. Cleanup underway after severe weather hits the Midwest and Northeast.
The storms triggering extreme floods in the Midwest. A deluge of rain inundating homes in Illinois, forcing emergency teams to rescue families by boat. People in Michigan waking up to waist-deep water swamping their cars and homes. More than 1 million power outages were reported overnight in the wake of the storms from Iowa all the way to Pennsylvania.
ABC's Mona Kosar Abdi. In the Bronx section of New York City, a lightning strike sent 6 people to the hospital. In Gibson City, Illinois, more than 9 inches of rain fell in a 6-hour period. One resident telling our TV affiliate in Chicago the entire town's flooded. At least 27 people have died in flooding and mudslides in Turkey. Rescue crews in the northern section of Turkey working around the clock to find dozens of people still believed to be missing. This is ABC News.
Legends of Nashville, brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Nashville legend herself, Trisha Yearwood, wants to get another icon on her Food Network show, Linda Ronstadt.
It is going to happen. I'm going to get her in my house, in my kitchen. I'm going to cook for her. Like, to say she's my friend, it's really weird, but it's so wonderful.
Legends of Nashville, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. Get guaranteed low prices and excellent customer service at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices, every day.
I'm Dave Packer, ABC News.
The reasons more and more people are coming to NC Tractor to do business are the selection of Massey Ferguson tractors, Bobcat zero-turn mowers, fantastic customer service, and the special Phil Sheehan seasonal discounts. NC Tractor on Railroad Avenue in Rutherford is making dreams come true for folks who want the risk.
Happy Friday. It's partly cloudy and it's hot again today. High temperatures in the mid-90s, and when you factor in the humidity, it'll feel more like 100 out. Isolated thunderstorms will be possible. Tonight, partly cloudy, low temperatures in the low to mid-70s, and storm chances do go up a bit for Saturday. It's still not likely to be a washout, but some scattered afternoon and evening thunderstorms possible. Partly cloudy with high temperatures in the lower 90s. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the Weather Center.
And good morning, Lou Gillum with you on this Friday the 13th. Taking a look at our extended forecast. Now, tomorrow it's going to be hot. Got a chance of thunderstorms with highs around 95 degrees. Partly cloudy overnight, chance of showers. Looking for lows around 70. Then for Sunday, a little bit cooler, partly cloudy, chance of thunderstorms. Highs around 85. Cloudy, showers overnight, lows around 70. Monday, even cooler with highs around 80. But it's going to be a cloudy, rainy day. Then cloudy overnight, more rain with lows around 70. Rain for Tuesday and Tuesday night. Maybe even some heavy showers, highs around 80. Overnight lows around 70. And then by Wednesday, becoming partly cloudy. Just a chance of maybe some passing showers, maybe a thunderstorm with highs around 80 degrees. Right now we're at 69 degrees and clear skies at WCAB. It's time now for our morning obituaries. Phyllis Burnett, 53 of Forest City, passed away on Saturday at Atrium Health Shelby. A private service will be held. Actually, a celebration of her life will be held at a later date. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services is in charge of the arrangements for Phyllis Burnett. Arnold Huckabee, 76 of Spindale, passed away on Sunday at his home. A private celebration will be held for family and friends. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services is in charge of the arrangements for Arnold Huckabee. Francis Picard, 97 of Rutherfordton, passed away on Saturday. Born in New Hampshire, no formal service will be held. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services is in charge of the arrangements for Francis Edward Picard. Dale Wilburn Jolly, 62 of Ellenboro, passed away on Monday, August the 9th, at Atrium Health in Charlotte. No formal services will be held. Paget and King Mortuary and Crematory is in charge of the arrangements for Dale Wilburn Jolly. Elizabeth Ann Blanton Howard of Gilkey passed away on Monday, June the 7th, in Florida at the age of 87. She was born in Spindale, graduated from R.S. Central High School. A viewing visitation will be held today at 1 o'clock at the Mountain Creek Baptist Church, followed by a funeral service, which will begin at 2. A graveside service will be held, then a reception will immediately follow the funeral service. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory Services is in charge of the arrangements for Elizabeth Ann Blanton Howard. James Blankenship Gamble, 86, passed away on August the 3rd. Services will be at 3 o'clock today at the First Broad Baptist Church in Bostic. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory Services is in charge of the arrangements for James Blankenship Gamble. Hubert Van Dyke, 89 of Golden Valley, passed away on Saturday. He was a member of the Fairview Baptist Church. Funeral services will be tomorrow at the Fairview Baptist Church. Burial will follow in the church cemetery. Visitation will be from 5 until 7 this evening at Washburn and Dorsey Funeral Home. Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Service is in charge of the arrangements for Hubert Van Dyke. James Henry Champion Jr., 69 of Sunshine, passed away on Wednesday. Funeral services will be at 2 o'clock tomorrow at the Mount Harmony Baptist Church. Burial will follow in the church cemetery. The family will receive friends from 6 until 8 this evening at Paget and King. Paget and King Mortuary and Crematory is in charge of the arrangements for John Henry Chapman. Angela Pennell, 55 of Hickory, passed away on Tuesday. The family will have a burial of the urn at the Mount Pleasant Baptist Church Cemetery in Mooresboro tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Eggers Funeral Home of Cliffside is in charge of the arrangements for Angela Deanne Stansel Pennell. It's time now for Bill O'Reilly.
Bill O'Reilly here, and I'm warming up from the NRIA.net studios in New York. Stand by for the O'Reilly Update Morning Edition. Investors, Bill O'Reilly here. Are you sitting on capital or wanting to diversify? The NRIA Real Estate Development Fund provides returns right now. They capitalize on strategic markets. They offer payouts of 10% annualized returns plus bonuses up to 21%. They are a 15-year industry leader who have seen it all. Start your due diligence at nria.net or call 800-800-1414. That's easy. 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
On this Friday, I think most sane people can agree the country's not doing well right now. With COVID, rising violent crime, higher prices for stuff, and a weak president. However, the USA is not fundamentally a screwed up place. Not yet. We just have awful leadership and a vicious pandemic. And the progressive left is obviously trying to destroy traditional America. But underneath all that, we are still strong. Now, unfortunately, every major city in this country is run by progressives, and it is a disaster. So you would think the folks, the voters, might self-correct next year in the midterm elections, both local and national. If that happens, the Biden administration is toast. If the Republicans can take even one body of Congress, the House or Senate, it will be all over for Joe Biden. And on the local level, hey, if you guys in California keep Newsom, you deserve what you get. Self-correction is what has to happen. And the only people who can make that happen are the American voters. Now this. For most folks, getting out of an unused timeshare is a top priority. With the bill always around the corner, it's like rolling the dice. Lone Star Transfer has helped thousands of people just like you and me for over a decade. They'll get you out of your timeshare quickly, legally, and ethically, guaranteed. For a free consultation, please go to LoneStarTransfer.com or call 855-551-7066. 855-551-7066. That is the Morning O'Reilly Update. More analysis later on.
It was the summer of 1873 in Ellsworth, Kansas. The temperatures were in the 90s. A lack of buyers was causing the cattle to pile up. And since the drovers had to stick around until they were sold, the taverns were packed with bored cowboys. Ben Thompson and his brother Billy were in town. Ben had already developed a reputation as a gambler, gunman, and general hardcase. And his no-good brother was even worse. On August 15, 1873, Ben financed John Sterling in a high-stake monte game on a 50-50 split of the winnings. Sterling won about $1,000. Not anxious to split the winnings, he avoided Ben. Later, Ben Thompson found Sterling. An argument ensued in which Ben was hit. Unhealed, Ben left. When Ben encountered Sterling again, he was with a no-good policeman named John Morco. They invited Ben to have at it. Ben went to get his pistol. Ben's brother Billy joined the fight. Billy was so drunk he accidentally discharged his shotgun, narrowly missing bystanders. When Sheriff Whitney, a close friend of the Thompsons, showed up, Billy pointed the shotgun at Whitney. Whitney cried out, "Don't shoot!" But it was too late. Ben immediately got his brother out of town. A dying Sheriff Whitney said he did not intend to do it. It was an accident. 4 years later, Billy Thompson was arrested in Texas and returned to Ellsworth for trial. He was acquitted by a jury some say was bribed. I would like to say that the killing of Sheriff Whitney lay heavy on the conscience of Billy Thompson, but then that's going under the assumption that Billy even had a conscience. You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Livesay.
For a rootin' great meal, let Jesse James prepare your next lunch. He's got a menu chock full of fresh cooked burgers, fresh salads, hot dogs made any way you like, taco salads, specialty burgers, sandwiches, french fries, and onion rings. Enjoy refreshing milkshakes, Coke floats, or a cone of hand-dipped ice cream. Open Monday through Saturday, 11 to 4, closed Wednesdays and Sundays. Jesse James Railroad Express, 531 Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton. Call 447-4644. And don't forget the 99-cent hot dogs with mustard, chili, and onions on Mondays only. Coming up on 16 minutes past 7 o'clock, and it's time to start the call-around portion of our morning report. And we start first with the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department, and we have Deputy Greenway on the phone with us. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing good.
Good, good. What do you got to report this morning?
Okay, in the last 24 hours, Sheriff's Office has responded to 150 calls for service, made 15 arrests. There's currently 193 in the jail. For our incident reports, Frederick Collins reported a break and enter motor vehicle, and Richard Dysert reported an incidental larceny of motor vehicle. Christopher Hipp was arrested for possession of firearm by felon, obtained property by false pretense, and aid and abet larceny. We had Jackie Morgan was arrested for driving while license revoked. Jesse Bridges was arrested for failure to appear on misdemeanor. Marshall Jenkins was arrested for assault and battery and communicating threats. Christopher Crosswhite was arrested for failure to appear on misdemeanor. Thomas Salmon was arrested for failure to appear on misdemeanor. Justin Rector was arrested for assault on female communicating threats. Matthew Hood was arrested for misdemeanor flee to elude arrest. Whitney Byers was arrested for felony probation violation, second-degree trespass. Philip Foster was arrested for failure to appear on a child support. Titus Hampton was arrested for failure to appear on misdemeanor and misdemeanor larceny. Then we had Barbara Blanton was arrested for driving while license revoked, and that completes the morning report this morning.
Deputy Greenway, thank you very much for that report. Are you superstitious?
Yeah.
Okay, don't even think about it, and I won't even say it.
I got you.
You have a good day, and we'll talk to you soon.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thinking about the departure of a loved one through death is a subject we don't like to talk about. However, pre-planning or prepaying for a funeral is a consideration and responsible thing to do. With so many options available today, it's important to speak with someone you can trust and someone who can help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved ones. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory is recognized as one of the best family-run funeral homes. It's a family tradition, and they know how to care for your family. Any questions you might have, they will be happy to answer. Call Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services at 286-2304.
18 minutes past 7 o'clock from the Sheriff's Department. We got a 911, and we've got Stacy on the phone with us this morning. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning, Stacy. Tell you, hopefully you hit the right button. Stacy, you there?
I'm here.
Okay, good. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
All right, how are you?
Well, I think I just had my first Friday the 13th event. I forgot to push a button. What you got to report this morning?
In the past 24 hours, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications Centers processed 545 911 calls and administrative calls, which consist of 59 EMS calls, 18 for rescue. Under law enforcement, Sheriff's Office 150, Fort City 63, Rutherford 64, Lake Lure 4, and Spindale 70. Under fire calls, dispatched Fort City to a motor vehicle accident, Fort City to industrial fire alarm, and Hudlow to a motor vehicle accident. That's all we have.
Okay, Stacy, I hope y'all have a slow day today, a good day today, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Imagine being surrounded by comfort. At Immaculate Heating and Air Conditioning, they offer ultimate home comfort by Coleman. They will install a Coleman high-efficiency heating and cooling system and handle any service and maintenance, all for one low monthly payment with zero out-of-pocket cost for 10 years. That's right, 10 years with no service or repair fees, no maintenance fees, no unexpected cost at all. Ultimate home comfort. It's more comfort all around. Contact Nathan Blackburn at 828-755-5788. That's 755-5788, or visit ImmaculateHeatingandAir.com. Let me brag on Hutchins Pest Control a minute. Don't let the pest bug you when Hutchins Pest Control is as close as a phone call. Honest, dependable, professional, and on-time service may be the reason they keep getting voted best pest control. If you have a pest problem, call this family-run business at 287-5171. Licensed in North and South Carolina and fully insured and bonded. Get a free estimate when you call Hutchins Pest Control, and be sure the job is done right. That's Hutchins Pest Control. Call them today at 287-5171, and they'll be right there.
20 minutes past 7 o'clock. We're heading to the SDO area, Shiloh, Danieltown, Oakland, and Ruby Taylor. Good morning, Ruby.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm okay.
Good. What's going on down your way?
The fire department's been quiet, and I don't have any birthdays or anything for today. And tomorrow I've got Joan Powell having birthday, and hope they have a nice day. Then Sunday, Rita Parker, Martha Roper, Judah Connor, Angela Turner, and then Rick Ficklin is having birthdays next Sunday. And Mr. and Miss Claude Pritchard have an anniversary. Hope all these people have a nice day, and the signs are in the secrets today, tomorrow, going to the thighs on Sunday. And that's all I got.
What did you tell Todd whenever you got on the phone this morning, just now?
Did what?
What did you tell Todd this morning? This would have been your what anniversary if Harry had lived?
71.
71 years.
Yep.
Y'all were together how long?
He died when he was 92.
And y'all were together
7 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been 7 years.
Well, y'all had a good life together. Y'all were a perfect couple. And you won't hear that a lot about people.
Well, he was a good man.
He was, except when it was time to snow, and I'd say, Harry, we got to have some snow. No, we don't need no snow. I think he jinxed the snow on me.
And my daughter's been dead 5 years.
Yeah. I knew it was about time for that to come up too.
Yep. So God's been good to me.
Yeah. Blessed you with a good husband, some good kids, and some good friends.
So he has been wonderful to me.
Yeah. Well, Ruby,
I have no complaints.
Yeah. Well, Ruby, you have a good one today, and we'll talk to you again sometime. You never know when I'm going. You never know when I'm going to be here.
No, when you're proud of somewhere.
All righty. Talk to you later.
Okay,
bye-bye.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush. Brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
7:24. It's time to check in with Gary Wilson. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, man. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing good, Jim. Getting ready for that race tonight up here for the Olympiad. I figured he's probably going to be entered in it.
I really don't know what he's doing.
I was going to see what his number was so I know when he crossed the finish line.
It'd probably be tomorrow morning before he got through, but
it wouldn't be bad to run it, I'll tell you that.
It'd be too hot for me.
Yeah, it's been hot. It sure has. We're about 70 degrees this morning, and we didn't have any rain last 24 hours, but those areas that did, I'm sure it was awful dark and a lot of lightning and thunder back toward in the Bells Creek Road toward White House community back in there. So they must have got one back in there, I would say. All we got out of it was just a sprinkle a little bit and a lot of wind for a few minutes. But other than that, it was quiet. No fire calls in the last 24 hours. And sitting on about 70, getting ready for the Olympiad that starts this evening. They'll be doing the Ingalls run about 7 o'clock. And they'll be running from Ingalls down number 9 to 74 and over to Buffalo Shoals and then to the resort. So we'll kick it off tonight and then triathlon tomorrow. So should be a busy weekend. Good time to get outside and enjoy yourself and relax and have a good time. And that's about all we got up here this morning, Lou. Everything else is good to go.
I think right after I got through, I'd be headed to the lake to dive in.
I'd never make it through. They'd have to pick me up about 100 yards out, I'd say.
I don't think I'd make the 100. I could make it 50 maybe. Gary, you have a good one. We'll talk to you later.
All right, you have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide a daycare service for an aging parent or a loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale. 26 minutes past 7 o'clock, and it's time to check in on Cousin Bob. Good morning, Bob.
Well, good morning, Cousin Lou.
What's up?
We're doing just fine on this Friday morning, the 13th. There.
Yeah.
You're not...
Huh?
You're not superstitious, are you?
No, I just try to be careful.
You like me, just not take any chances there.
That's right. Poor old Deputy Greenway, I asked him, and he threw back a quick yes. So I said, all right, we'll just drop it.
I know it. Well, things are going along good up here so far this morning. And overnight with the fire department, we answered one vehicle accident call on Hudlow Road and Ross Road. I want to say happy birthday to Martha Hauser this morning. And other than that, Lou, things are going along good so far up here. So.
No storms yesterday?
Well, it sort of went around us. We didn't get anything, so looked like we might get some more today, but it went around us yesterday. We didn't get a bit out of them storms there. So
we didn't either. Just a lot of noise.
That's a lot of noise. We heard a lot of thunder, but that was bad hit and everything. So, but Lou, that's about it up here, and I hope you have a good weekend.
You too, Bob, and you and Imogene be careful wherever you do, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, folks, Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply is an amazing store. I can say that because they have what you need. From pet supplies to fire and ant killer to horse-quality Timothy alfalfa hay, $14 per bale. Attention carp fishermen, they have C&J flavoring, only $8 per bottle. And they have oats for sale. Refill your propane tanks at the lowest price. Fully stocked with all your deer supplies and a great selection of farm implements. Need mulch? $12 per scoop. We could call it a superstore. Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply, 188 Whiteside Road in Rutherfordton. Well, Farmer's Friend is open. The gates are open. I saw Larry out there just a few minutes ago. So need anything, want to get started early, Farmer's Friend is ready. 29 minutes past 7 o'clock. It's time to head to Cherry Mountain area and Sue Price this morning. Good morning, Sue.
Good morning, Lou.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing good. Hope you are.
I am.
Good. Looks like we're going to have another hot day today.
Yeah. And then it's going to cool off. Have you noticed the trees starting to change? The leaves already starting to turn on a lot of them?
Oh, no.
I don't know if that's from the heat or if that's a sign of something, but we are in the middle of August.
I don't know. Well, let's see. I didn't have any calls from the fire department. I have one anniversary on my church calendar. for Jim and Frida Nolan, so I hope they'll have a good day. And on my personal calendar, I got a birthday for Martha Hauser.
Is that Tracy's mama, Martha?
Do what?
Is that Tracy's mama? Golden Valley Crusaders, Martha?
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's see, Fairview's got anniversaries for Kelly and Harriet Hilton, Neil and Joy Van Dyke, and a birthday for Angela Owens. And I don't have anything, hadn't got First Broad's calendar yet. I don't know what's happened with that. In my announcements, the benefit for Emily Bailey will be from 12 to 4 p.m. tomorrow at the Golden Valley Community Clubhouse. And there'll be a 50-50 raffle, silent auction, hot dog plates for sale, a bake sale. And so come on out and help out with this if you can. They are doing this for medical expenses. She's in the hospital at Winston-Salem right now. As far as I know, she's still there. And don't have any other announcements that I know of. It's just quiet and calm over here, looking for a good day and a good weekend, and I hope you'll have one, Lee.
You too, Sue, and you and Richard have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Honey, I got the new Premier Cash scratch-off.
Oh, what should I wear? Sequins or satin?
We could win millions. Go with sequatin.
Yeah, sequatin.
The champagne is chilled.
Did you get doggy's tucks?
Yeah.
Play like a millionaire. Premier Cash from the North Carolina Education Lottery with top prizes of $2 million. It's the most premier thrill around. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning are 1 in 3.08. Problem Gambling Helpline, 877-718-5543.
Cheryl, have you been to the Homeworks Design Center inside Henson Building Materials in Forest City?
Oh, yes. Shana, David, and William are incredible at designing kitchen and bath cabinetry for my new she shed.
Your what?
And they have a full line of windows and doors on display in their 5,000 square foot showroom. And they'll install any ones you pick out for me.
Oh, you're too good to me.
I know. With selling and installing, it's basically one-stop shopping.
Henson Building Materials, 177 Duke Street, Forest City.
Building starts here.
When the Braves take the field, count on your home for Atlanta Braves baseball to bring you every huge game.
One pitches hit high in the air and deep to right field. Kiss it goodbye. Touch all four this time, Ozzie.
Tonight, the Braves take the battle for the division on the road to Washington as they face a huge National League East battle with the Nationals. Braves Radio goes on the air at 5:50 Eastern, 4:50 Central on the Braves Radio Network.
Well, in Braves baseball, after beating the Reds after 11 innings on Wednesday night, 8-6, they dropped that game last night, 12-3. Actually, it was yesterday afternoon, 12-3. We've got Braves baseball coming out this evening, 5:50 airtime with the first 7:10 first pitch. If you've got one of our Atlanta Braves schedules, they've changed the game for tomorrow. Now, airtime for tomorrow was supposed to be 7:50 with a 7:10 first pitch. Airtime tomorrow will be 4:50 with a 6:05 first pitch. So be prepared for Braves baseball. 6:05 for that first pitch right here in WCAB. And it's time to head up on Kelly Mountain and check in on Brenda Kelly this morning. Good morning, Brenda.
Good morning. How are you on this fabulous Friday the 13th?
I am fantastic. And, oh, you had your hair cut. I didn't get a chance to talk to you good yesterday. Your hair looks so good. New cut.
Oh, well, thank you. I thought you looked pretty. I thought, golly. I said, she's looking so pretty today.
Oh, thank you.
But it was good to see everybody. I had went and got my oil changed and the tires rotated and inspected. It's that time of the year for the tag and all that, so I just got it all done, and I always come back up to Hudlow because I do it out there at Darrell's at Tri-City Tire.
Yeah.
And I said, well, let me run down here and see what they're doing. That's how come I so early. But that was all right. They got a lot of good stuff in there. I looked around. I was looking at washing machines because I wanted to see if they still made them with agitators in them. Because
Did you find one?
Yeah, I found several, and they several people I know has got new ones, and they didn't have agitators, and they didn't like them. They said didn't get the clothes clean. So
yeah, mine doesn't have one.
Does it get your clothes good and clean?
Well, they don't stink.
Well,
Well,
there's a difference in not stinking and
I did a quick sniff test while you said that. Yeah, they smell all right. I guess they look all right.
but I guess that's all right. Well, let's see. I've got 64 degrees on the front porch, and I have 2 birthdays today, Ray Kelly and Kay Dalton. They're twins. And I'm going to wish them a happy birthday. And in ways of announcements, we got the Nanny Clan reunion Sunday, August the 15th, 12:30 p.m. be held at Round Hill Baptist Church Fellowship Hall at 6585 Hudlow Road, Union Mills, NC 28167. For information, please contact Diane Nanny at 828-429-2446. Then we got a buffet breakfast at the Gilkey School Community Center. Starts at 7 a.m. and goes to 10 a.m. This will be Saturday, August the 14th. Adults, $7. Kids, 6 to 12, $3. Kids 5 and under free. And it's all you can eat. And they got all kind of good food, and money goes to help rebuild the old school. So far, that's all the announcements I have that I know of. So.
Well, I kind of got.
It was good to see everybody yesterday. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. 2019. I think or it was either Jay's or Freeman Gas. That was one of the last remotes that we did before COVID got bad. But talking about the appliances inside the appliance store, I went in and I was looking at the stove. I like the stove with the rings on them. I don't like this glass top. I just don't.
I've got a glass top, and I've had it for a long time. I like it. Stuff don't fall down in it.
It didn't. I know that. Yeah, that's one good thing about it. But it just seemed like the food just didn't cook even to me. I just like the old ring stoves, and I bought one at a particular store here, and when I walked in there, it was $300 and I think it's like $325 cheaper than what I paid for it at the.
Oh my goodness! How about that made you sick?
Oh God, it did.
It pays to shop around, don't it?
Yes, it does.
Where did the appliance center come from up there to where they're at now?
They were farther down in town.
On Broadway? Was they on Broadway?
Well, let me.
Or was it down there close to where? What was that?
He said he thinks they were up near the old Sarah Lee building, up that way.
Oh, okay.
Up near there.
Okay.
But where they're at now, they got a better location, getting in and out. And
It's a good location, and it's a big store.
Yeah, nice store.
Yeah. But I guess you better go check on Luther Sweet Thing Gilligan and see how things is going in Ellenburg.
Yeah. Oh, it is so nice that he's getting better. His throat's getting better.
I know. His voice sounds good now. Boy, he had a rough go for a long time, didn't he?
Yeah. The anesthesiologist, when they were putting him to sleep to do his back surgery, cut his throat. That was bad. Oh,
Lord.
That just makes you terrified to have surgery done.
Listen, I say it unless it's a life or death matter. This old girl ain't having no more surgeries. I've had enough. I ain't got much left that they can take out, but but anyway.
Well, my idea is just shoot me up with propofol, deaden the area so I can stay awake, or at least be awake. Don't put me dead out like that.
I'd die of a heart attack if I had to watch him. Oh, Lord.
Well, you ain't going to watch. They're going to cover your face. You won't see it.
Then I would be terrified. So they're trying to smother me.
Especially if somebody said, uh-oh, you'd be like, what?
Yeah. I was going to ask you something just then. I forgot what it was. Oh, yeah. How's your mother doing?
She's doing good. That's good.
I always like to ask about her.
Ornery as ever.
Well, at her age, she has a right to be.
That's right, she does.
Yeah. But you better go check on Luther.
All righty, you have a good weekend.
You too. Catch you later.
All righty.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm Andrew Tisdale, your local Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we focus what's important to you. We create a personalized strategy backed by our advice, our tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we partner together to help your strategy stay on track no matter what happens. Contact me at any time at 828-287-9197. We'll sit down, talk, and we're going to make a strategy that's right for you.
Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Come take advantage of the springtime sales event and get the automobile you've been wanting. Look for all the new design 2021 F-150 at Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
Well, we do have the phone lines open, 287-3356. Get your birthdays and anniversaries called in today, and we'll wish you a very, very happy birthday on this Friday the 13th. It's time to head to Ellenboro and check in on Luther, see how he's doing today. Good morning, Luther.
Good morning. Not much.
Not much.
Not much.
Hey, what time did you?
Biscuits.
What time did your power come back on the other day?
About 6:30.
Yeah. Well,
it wasn't off. Wasn't off too long.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, they said about 9:30. They got it back on about 6:30.
Yeah.
Which worked out good. So I went to church and when I got back, the power was on. So didn't have to worry about it. But we're having a good day down here today. It's Friday the 13th. It's my kind of day. The sun's shining. It's going to be a warm day today. It's quiet there this morning. Not a whole lot going on. Everybody's just trying to get this week over, looking for a weekend. The fire department had one medical call this morning about 5 o'clock. Other than that, they've quiet this morning. That's going on with them. But hey, we're going to have something going on down here the 21st this month. That's next Saturday. Over at Hopewell Hollis Rotan Club. We'll be having chopped sirloin dinner over there from 4 to 8 p.m. So just come on down there, have eat in and take out so far. Unless they change it later. So, Lou, nothing else happened down here. So you have a great day up there. We'll talk to you next time.
All righty, Luther. Take care.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye. Well, we've made it from one end of the county to the other, and now you know all the news that's going around Rutherford County. We are at 70 degrees right now and sunny skies. Heading looking for a high of around 90, maybe even higher, but temperature is going to start dropping throughout the weekend. By Sunday, Monday, looking for temperature highs in the 80s, but we've got a lot of rain, showers, and even maybe some thunderstorms going to be mixed in with it. 287-3356, that's the number to call to get your birthdays and anniversaries called in, and I'll give you about 30 more seconds to get them in.
I live alone and rarely have visitors. So when I slipped and fell in the kitchen last month and couldn't get to a phone, I knew I was in trouble.
Help!
I could barely move.
Help!
I tried calling for help, but no one could hear me. As I lay there, I couldn't help but think of my kids and grandkids having to go on without me. I was terrified. It took 8 hours for my neighbor to find me. It could have been the end of me. That's when I knew I needed Life Alert. With just one press of this button, I'm connected to the Life Alert Center, where I can get the help I need, even when I cannot reach a phone. With Life Alert, I'm never alone.
Please call 1-800-414-1305 for your free Life Alert brochure. That's 1-800-414-1305. 1-800-414-1305. Call for your free Life Alert brochure today at 1-800-414-1305.
Well, of course, you know about the delectable Granny B's Daylight Donuts, and now you can experience the delicious Granny B's Pizza Combo. Now, you heard me, yes, Granny's is now selling pizzas. You can choose from 13 different combinations. Make your own up. Order Tuesday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 8 p.m., 286-9012. Now, from somebody who's had the Granny's Pizza, They are delicious. You'll love it. You'll never go back to the rest of them once you've had a Granny B's pizza. And it's okay to save a little room for a Granny B's Daylight Donut. They're on West Main Street in Forest City.
Happy birthday.
Well, I want to wish a happy birthday today to Martha Hauser. Martha used to sing with the Golden Valley Crusaders. I think she may still help them out every now and then when they need a little help. Bailey McGinnis is celebrating a birthday today. Abigail Newton. Abigail is 8 today, lives in Ellenboro. Glenn and Kristen Montgomery celebrating a wedding anniversary. Glenn and Sheila Whitmire also celebrating a wedding anniversary today. Amber Bradley celebrating a birthday. Raleigh Cersei celebrating a birthday. And Dale Wilson is celebrating a birthday today. So happy birthday, happy anniversary to all these folks. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Today is Friday the 13th. And if you were born on Friday the 13th and your birthday is falling on Friday the 13th, well, happy Friday the 13th. My mama was born on a Friday the 13th in January 1940. Do you know that, Todd? Yep, she was. You see how lucky she was? She got me. I saw that look. So happy birthday. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful birthday. And in just a couple of minutes, we're going to break away. And we'll have some music. And then we'll be back in time at 8:05 for the morning news and the Word of Faith program coming up at 8:30 this morning.
The Clergy Journal tells the story about a man who went forward to pray at the front of the church every Sunday morning at the end of the sermon. Every Sunday he loudly prayed, "Lord, take the cobwebs of sin out of my life." It soon became apparent to the congregation that something was wrong with this man's intentions, his commitment, or his faith. It didn't seem he truly wanted to get rid of the sin. He only wanted to be free of the guilt of it, the cobwebs in his life. The pastor had had about enough of this man's praying. One Sunday, after the man had prayed the same prayer, the pastor prayed. The pastor's prayer was not a lengthy one. He only prayed, "Lord, don't take the cobwebs of sin out of his life. Kill that pesky spider." It is not enough just to seek some kind of salve to put on a guilty conscience. We need to be sure that we are dealing with the problem that is causing the guilt. We need to kill the spiders in our lives that are creating all the cobwebs. Until we do that, things will not really change. But how can a person do that? How can they kill the spiders that have become entrenched in their lives? God is in the business of helping. As you pray, ask Him to show you which ones you need to deal with, and then ask Him to help you to get rid of them. You will be amazed at the results. This is Bill Hostler with today's Key to Confident Living. Scripts for these programs are sold in book form by
fear now that Afghan women and girls will lose in the next few weeks the gains in education and rights they've gained over the last 20 years. A third COVID vaccine shot approved.
The FDA has approved booster shots for emergency use in high-risk patients as the Delta variant continues to surge. This includes transplant patients, people on chemotherapy, and those on medications that suppress their immune system. The CDC is expected to vote to recommend the third dose when it meets today.
ABC's Dan Lieberman. The approval comes as COVID-19 hospitalizations are up 31% nationwide in the last week. Hot enough for you?
More than 120 million Americans from coast to coast on alert with heat warnings or advisories issued. In Pennsylvania, feel like temperatures hitting 110 degrees. Nationwide, 4 children have died in hot cars this week, the latest in Kansas.
That's ABC's Mona Kosar-Abdi. You're listening to ABC News.
Doors are being slammed in your face, and bad credit is holding you back. Ray's Webinar has dedicated over 40 years to helping everyone get a 750 credit score. $99 can get you started, and when you complete the program, you'll get a $1,000 Visa credit card, guaranteed or your money back. Bankruptcy, tax liens, judgments, and even late pays can be removed from your personal credit report. If you need a credit score to 750, $99 can get you started. Ray's Webinar has built millions in credit for personal and business. If you need $5,000 to $50,000 and more, Ray's Webinar will get you what you want. Call 800-490-4140. That's 800-490-4140. If you need your credit score to go up, Ray's Webinar is the only one that can help you. Ray's Webinar will personally rebuild your credit to a 750 and build all the credit you need, guaranteed or your money back and a $1,000 Visa card when you complete the program. Call Ray's Webinar, 800-490-4140. That's 800-490-4140. 800-490-4140. Call now.
New figures from the U.S. Census Bureau show changing demographics.
Among those 331 million people, says the Census Bureau's Nicholas Jones,
the U.S. population is much more multiracial and more racially and ethnically diverse than what we measured in the past.
The number of people selecting some other race on census forms more than doubled, and now comprises about 15% of the country's population, surpassing African Americans as the second largest group behind white people.
ABC's Jim Ryan. The population over the last decade grew, but at the slowest rate of growth since the Great Depression. Germany commemorates the construction of the Berlin Wall today.
German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier calling the Berlin Wall's construction the beginning of the end for the communist regime, which claimed at the time that the wall was designed to protect the country from fascism. Over 3 decades, at least 140 people were killed at the Berlin Wall as they tried to flee to the west. Steinmeier urging Germans not to forget the past and to actively participate in democracy by voting in the country's upcoming elections. Inez de la Cuetara, ABC News, at the Foreign Desk.
A new wildfire breaks out on the Greek island of Evia. It's one of hundreds of wildfires that have been burning for more than a week. 23 firefighters and 4 water-dropping aircraft are fighting the new fire. Greece's prime minister calling the fires the worst ecological disaster in decades. This is ABC News.
Pro football season's here, and pro roofers save valuable time with Beacon Pro Plus. Beacon Pro Plus works 24/7 for material ordering, order history, and automated promotion tracking, so you can get your favorite GAF roofing products even when working remotely. And now, order on Beacon Pro Plus and get a $175 gift card and a chance for a VIP pro football getaway. Gear up and raise your game with Beacon Pro Plus today. Build, score, and win at BECN.com.
Dave Packer, ABC News.
Good morning and happy Friday. Today's forecast, partly cloudy and another summer sizzler. High temperatures climb into the mid-90s. Isolated thunderstorms will be possible during the afternoon and evening. Heat index values back in the triple digits. Tonight, partly cloudy. Low temperatures dip into the low to mid-70s. A better chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head into tomorrow. Partly cloudy with highs in the low 90s. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the Weather Center.
And I'm Lou Gillum in the Blue Room, and going ahead and taking a look at that extended forecast for Saturday. Partly cloudy, chance of thunderstorms with highs around 95 degrees. Showers likely overnight, lows around 70. For Sunday, partly cloudy, chance of thunderstorms, highs around 85. Mostly cloudy overnight, chance of showers, lows around 70. And then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Looking for cloudy skies with a chance of showers, maybe even thunderstorms. A little cooler, daytime highs around 80 with overnight lows around 70 degrees. Right now we're at 71 degrees and mostly sunny skies at 6 minutes past 8 o'clock. Some of the news going on in our area from some of our news sources from the Daily Courier. They're reporting that students must wear masks on buses. While masks may be optional in the classrooms for Rutherford County students in the school year 21 to 2022, officials are reminding parents that they are still required for all students and adults who are on any white or yellow school bus must wear a mask. The statewide mandate issued by the governor for students to wear masks ended at the end of July. Local school boards were then given the authority as to whether or not to continue mask mandates. Though research shows and public health officials repeatedly say wearing masks offers some protection against COVID-19, especially for the unvaccinated, the issue has become intensely political. Some board meetings across the state have been setting for public outrage over masks. Even so, state and local public health officials continue to urge the wearing of masks among elementary and middle school students and teachers, as vaccines are not yet allowed for children under 12 years of age. The Rutherford County Schools Board of Education voted without opposition to end its mask mandate, but that does not apply to school buses. A total of 102 new licensed teachers joined Rutherford County School System for the 2021-22 school year. They enjoyed the annual new teacher breakfast yesterday morning at RS Central High School. There are 64 brand new first-year teachers and 38 who are new to the county this year. Rutherford County school officials say this is a record for Rutherford County schools. District and school leadership were at the breakfast, as well as teacher mentors. Board of Education Vice Chairman Rick Finklin offered the teachers words of encouragement as they began their new careers in the Rutherford County school system. Superintendent David Sutton also shared remarks and reflected on his first year of teaching 27 years ago as he was welcomed as the new teachers to the Rutherford County school system family. Well, a local man plans to be among the first to see today's release of Respect, not only because it stars Jennifer Hudson as Aretha Franklin, but because he got a bit part in it also. As a matter of fact, Jerry Weiss's part in the movie expanded from what he originally was slated to do. After an audition, Weiss said he was set to play a guest at Aretha Franklin's surprise birthday party in the film. Then, as Jennifer Hudson appeared on the set, talk turned to the need for two more dancers. The 40-year-old Weiss and another bit actor quickly chimed in that they could dance. Weiss said Hudson quickly responded, saying, "Show us what you got." Apparently, Weiss and the other actress had the right stuff because they were both elevated to dancers in the movie for the Motown Sound. So congratulations to Jerry, and can't wait to see him strut his stuff in the movie. And that movie comes out today. Now there is there's a made-for-TV movie. Don't get these two confused. There is a made-for-TV movie that is being shown in parts about Aretha, but this is actually the movie Respect that hits the theaters today. Well, there are 3 vaccine clinics set for August the 26th through the 28th. Later this month, Rutherford County will be home for 3 COVID-19 vaccine clinics. No appointments are necessary, and all the vaccines are free. Now, the first vaccine will be Thursday, August the 26th, and we will keep reminding you from 7:30 until 12 noon, and then from 1 until 4 at Rutherford Regional near the outpatient entrance. They'll be using the Pfizer vaccine for 12 years of age and older. The second clinic will be Friday, August the 27th from 9:30 until 12 and 1 until 4 at Rutherford Regional near the outpatient entrance. They will be using the Pfizer vaccine for 12 years of age and older. The third clinic will be on Saturday, the 28th from 10 until 2 at the Pavilion on Park Square, or POPS, in downtown Forest City. Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson vaccines will all be available, and the vaccine clinics are sponsored by the Community Health Council of Rutherford County. We'll have more news and that sheriff's report right after this.
Dogwood Health Trust would like to recognize Blue Ridge Health for their work to improve health and wellness outcomes in the region. Blue Ridge Health is one of many partners working with Dogwood to create a region where every generation in Western North Carolina can live, learn, earn, and thrive with dignity and opportunity for all. No exceptions. To learn more about Blue Ridge Health and other partners, visit dogwoodhealthtrust.org/partner profile. That's dogwoodhealthtrust.org/partner profile.
It's the 29th Hot Nights Cool Rides in Forest City Car Show, set for Friday, August the 20th and Saturday, August the 21st. With over 400 cars, trucks, and motorcycles recognized and 50 different car classes, join them on Friday, August the 20th for a kickoff, free cruise-in, and concert from 6 until 8:30 at the Forest City Pavilion on Park Square. Featured band will be Ocean Boulevard Band. Concessions and food truck will be available. Then on Saturday, the car show will start at 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. Now, this is an alcohol-free event and no pets are allowed. Car registration will be on Saturday, August the 21st from 9 a.m. until 12 noon. $30 per vehicle, and that includes a free t-shirt. Now, food vendors will be there, ice cream, funnel cakes, and a whole lot more. This is a big family event. That's Friday and Saturday, August the 20th and 21st, the Forest City Car Show in beautiful downtown historic Forest City.
At Smith Drugs of Forest City, we are continuing to offer the COVID-19 rapid testing and the COVID-19 vaccinations. Please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591 with any questions or concerns that you may have. You may also visit our website at smithsdrugsfc.com and schedule your COVID rapid 19 test or your vaccination. Again, if you have any questions, please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591.
Do you need some extra money in your pocket? Try Insurance Service Associates, your local independent agent. We can shop your auto and home insurance with several companies to get you better coverage and the best rate. Insurance Service Associates at 127 East Trade Street in Forest City for auto, home, or commercial insurance. More choices, better coverage, best rate. That's Insurance Service Associates, 245-5301.
Here's that sheriff's report recorded earlier for broadcast at this time. With the sheriff's report, here is Deputy Greenway.
Okay, in the last 24 hours, Sheriff's Office has responded to 150 calls for service, made 15 arrests. There's currently 193 in the jail. For incident reports, Frederick Collins reported a break and enter motor vehicle, and Richard Dysert reported an incidental larceny of a motor vehicle. Christopher Hipp was arrested for possession of firearm by felon, obtained property by false pretense, and aid and abet larceny. We had Jackie Morgan was arrested for driving while license revoked. Jesse Bridges was arrested for failure to appear on misdemeanor. Marshall Jenkins was arrested for assault and battery and communicating threats. Christopher Crosswhite was arrested for failure to appear on misdemeanor. Thomas Salmon was arrested for failure to appear on misdemeanor. Justin Rector was arrested for assault on female communicating threats. Matthew Hood was arrested for misdemeanor flee to elude arrest. Whitney Byers was arrested for felony probation violation, second-degree trespass. Philip Foster was arrested for failure to appear on a child support. Titus Hampton was arrested for failure to appear on misdemeanor and misdemeanor larceny. Then we had Barbara Blanton was arrested for driving while license revoked. And that completes the morning report this morning.
That was Deputy Greenway with the morning report this morning from the Sheriff's Department. You can hear that again during the afternoon report this afternoon at around 5:10 after our obituaries. Well, it's just under 2 months remain for citizens to register to vote in order to vote in the November municipal elections. According to Rutherford County Elections Director Dawn Lovelace, registrations over the summer so far have been typically slow but steady for a non-presidential election year. As of Tuesday, there is a total of 45,123 registered voters in Rutherford County. According to Lovelace, this number is slightly less than the number they had this time last year. That's because every 2 years they conduct a thorough list maintenance process in order to eliminate names of those who have moved out of the county or who have passed away. She said this is a routine process that we do. A group of residents from Western North Carolina has filed a lawsuit Tuesday, August the 10th, against HCA Healthcare and Mission Health, alleging that the anti-competitive business practices have driven medical prices up and the quality of health care down in that part of the state. HCA is based in Nashville, Tennessee, and is the largest care provider network in the world. The group brought the nonprofit Mission Health in 2019 for $1.5 billion, a deal approved by the North Carolina Attorney General John Stein, despite concerns at the time HCA would scale back to access care because it didn't have competition in the region. The 6 plaintiffs in the class action suit say that's exactly what is happening. Mission Health, now HCA, has a dominant market share with about 90% in Buncombe and Madison counties, 70 to 75% in other western counties. Under current federal antitrust laws, a monopoly is considered dominating more than 60% of the market share. The plaintiffs, who have private insurance, are alleging that the hospital system has been reducing care reducing their care sites, staffing, and services while hiding behind contracts to shield prices from customers. They say the monopoly means that many routine procedures like C-sections cost double the state average and drive up people's insurance premiums. For those on Medicare or Medicaid, the prices are 3 times that of other areas in the state, often resulting in a big surprise in medical bills. Healthcare pricing transparency has become a rallying point for lawmakers, the Department of Justice, and the Health Department. State Treasurer Dale Falwell is the leading person in charge of the year-long battle with hospitals as part of his responsibility to maintain and manage the $3.5 billion state health plan for more than 750,000 state employees and retirees. Falwell says that hospitals are withholding their pricing even from the ones paying the bill. He said that for a state employee earning $40,000 per year, paying for their health insurance premiums costs 1 week's pay per month. Well, the Race to the Rock, the 17th annual Race to the Rock, is set for Sunday, hosted by Chimney Rock and sponsored by the Lake Lure Olympiad. The annual run starts at 7:30 from the Best View Motel. Although the event is scheduled from 7 until 10, cost is $25 registration at the lakelureolympiad.org. Starting at the Best View Motel on the west side of Chimney Rock, the course takes runners through the entrance of Chimney Rock State Park, climbs up the switchback road ending at the base of the rock with a stunning 75-mile panoramic view of Hickory Nut Gorge and Lake Lure. This is the only time you can ever run up Park Road. Well, a South Carolina man was killed when he was struck while walking along South Carolina Highway 11 near Chesney, according to Cherokee County Coroner Dennis Fowler. Fowler identified the victim as Robert Shane Spicer of Foxfire Road in Cowpens. Spicer was walking west in the center of Highway 11 near the intersection of Woods Farm Road around 9:30 p.m. when he was struck by a 2016 Nissan Versa headed east, Fowler said. The vehicle was being driven by Brian Anthony Westfall, 42, of Rutherfordton. Spicer was pronounced dead at the scene, while Westfall was transported to Spartanburg Regional for treatment of non-threatening injuries. Spicer had reportedly visited relatives earlier in the evening and was believed to have been walking home when the incident occurred. The coroner has scheduled an autopsy to assist with the investigation of the fatal crash. A Cleveland County man is on the loose after reportedly breaking out of a minimum security prison on Thursday morning. State correctional and law enforcement officers are looking for John Curtis Anderson after they say he climbed the fence at Foothills Correctional Institution in Morganton at around 10:15 yesterday morning. Anderson, 42, was incarcerated on July the 9th on convictions of attempted identity theft, possession with intent to sell, distribute a controlled substance. He's scheduled to be released January the 16th, 2022. He was last seen wearing green pants, either a gray or white t-shirt. He's a white male, brown hair, brown eyes, stands 5'10", weighs about 185 pounds, has a scar on his forehead and tattoos including Chinese writing on his left arm, faded letters on his left hand, and an angel on his right arm. Investigators say he left on foot but may have jumped into a waiting vehicle. Law enforcement asks that if anyone sees Anderson, please call 911 or the Foothills Correctional Institute at 828-438-5585. Well, a box truck driven by Ronald Jeffrey Swanson, 54, of Hendersonville, was traveling east on Interstate 40 on Wednesday. At around 11 a.m., Swanson's truck had a left tire failure. The truck collided with a median barrier, crashed, causing extensive damage to the cab of the vehicle. Now, the wreck resulted in a temporary shutdown on both eastbound and westbound lanes of I-40 on Old Ford Mountain. Swanson suffered severe injuries and was flown to Mission Hospital in Asheville. A passenger in his van, Shannon Foster, 52, of Hendersonville, received minor injuries. Now, Swanson was driving a truck owned by the Asheville chapter of the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. The truck contained about 30 dogs and cats and crates that have been spayed and neutered in Asheville and were being returned to their owners in Catawba County and surrounding areas. On Thursday, the ASPC issued a statement about the wreck. 26 animals have received attention and have gone on with their owners, and one dog is still receiving care. Sadly, 4 animals lost their lives, including one dog who succumbed to her injuries last night in the care of the emergency clinic. Some animal enclosures were damaged in the accident, allowing some of the animals to escape. 6 dogs and 1 cat are currently missing. In a coordinated local response, they are collaborating closely with their partners at Caldwell Animal Services, McDowell County Animal Services, as well as with professional missing pet trackers, EPIC Animal Recovery, and Mission Lost Pet Recovery Services to locate the animals and support their safe return. The ASPCA staff was also on the scene last night, continuing to be present with food, water, cameras, humane traps, and other equipment. They say that their top priority is the safety of their employees and the animals in their care, taking full responsibility for their safety. They say they are devastated by this accident and deeply regret to everyone in the community who offered their assistance on the scene. They are in contact with local authorities, and while the cause of the accident is still really not known, the vehicle involved was relatively new, passed all the inspections, and the driver was an experienced driver. We've got sports coming up, and then the Word of Faith here on WCAB.
NCN Sports, I'm Jeff Hamlin. The Carolina Hurricanes have re-signed defenseman Maxime Lajoie. It is a one-year, two-way contract. Lajoie skated 2 games for the Hurricanes. During last spring's Stanley Cup playoffs, he tallied 21 points, including 6 goals in 27 games in the American Hockey League with the Chicago Wolves during the regular season. Moving on to golf, Russell Henley, the first-round leader after 18 holes at the Wyndham Championship at Sedgefield Country Club in Greensboro. Henley at 8 under after shooting a bogey-free 62. This is the final PGA event before the FedEx playoffs get underway. Henley has already qualified for the playoffs. Right now, he says he's concerned about burnout.
There's just so much golf to be played. I can't count how many times I've teed up on Sunday, and I'm just like, I can't believe I have to play another round. I just feel like we play so much golf.
There is a 6-way tie for second place with Ted Potter Jr., South Korea's Sung Kang, Michael Thompson, Chris Kirk, Hudson Swampford, and Scott Piercy all tied at 6 under. The first round was suspended late last night due to darkness. WRAL reports that former NC State men's basketball coach Mark Gottfried has reached a $400,000 settlement with the university. Godfrey sued NC State in federal court in 2020. The university released records on Thursday that showed that Gottfried was owed money after he was fired in March of 2017. The Chicago White Sox defeated the New York Yankees last night 9-8 in the Field of Dreams game in Dyersville, Iowa. Tim Anderson slammed a 2-run walk-off homer to win it for the White Sox after Chicago blew a 7-4 lead in the 9th inning. You're listening to Sports from NCN.
Countless small businesses closed their doors due to COVID-19, and many are still struggling, even as we emerge from the pandemic. At the NC Rural Center, we believe that our state's economic future depends on the vibrancy of small businesses from Murphy to Manio and everywhere in between. That's why we've assembled a group of small business owners and state and local leaders across the state to form the North Carolina Small Business Coalition. Learn more about the coalition and how to join at ncruralcenter.org. NC Rural Center, building vibrant rural communities.
I got the vaccine to protect myself.
Because COVID-19 is still spreading.
All the patients I take care of with COVID-19 have one thing in common.
They have not gotten their vaccine.
The vaccines were proven safe and effective in clinical trials with thousands of people.
That's why I tell my friends and family to get theirs.
I'll take feeling achy for a day or two over going to the hospital or dying any day.
Don't wait.
Go to myspot.nc.gov
to get your free COVID vaccine.
Sponsored by NCDHHS.
Another big night for the Los Angeles Angels. Shohei Ohtani, who got the win in the Angels' 6-3 win over Toronto. He worked 6 innings and then sparked a 4-run second inning after he scored a run following a walk with the bases loaded. Also in the American League, Oakland hammers the Cleveland Indians 17-0. In the National League, Luis Urias 5 extra base hits, 3 doubles, and 2 home runs. Milwaukee slaughters the Chicago Cubs 17-4. And the San Francisco Giants shut out the Colorado Rockies 7-0. The Giants lead over the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League West, now at 5 games. In the NBA, Kawhi Leonard is staying put. He has agreed to a maximum contract with the Los Angeles Clippers. That's sports. I'm Jeff Hamlin on NCN.
Good morning and happy Friday. Today's forecast, partly cloudy and another summer sizzler. High temperatures climb into the mid-90s. Isolated thunderstorms will be possible during the afternoon and evening. Heat index values back in the triple digits. Tonight, partly cloudy. Low temperatures dip into the low to mid-70s. A better chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head into tomorrow. Partly cloudy with highs in the low 90s. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the Weather Center.
And I'm Lou Gillum in the Blue Room. Right now we have sunshine and 72 degrees. It's 29 minutes past 8 o'clock, and it is time now for the Word of Faith program. And with the program this morning is Larry King Jr.
Good morning, Rutherford County. It's Larry King here with you again. Happy to join you this morning and be able to share just things out in my heart, God put in my heart. It's always a pleasure to share what God's doing, has done, and hopefully anything that we share, I share, or any of us that we come here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, that it will give you encouragement to keep going. And that's our heart, and for you to be able to see real people with real testimonies, and it just give you encouragement. What God put in my heart today to share with you is about not giving up, about being persistent. not insisting, but persistent, reverential persistence with whatever it is that you're facing, that you'll lock your heart into God. I know that's what's kept me going. I've been here almost going on 30 years, and I've faced things. I've had to deal with things. I had to deal with things that I allowed to come in my heart. But at every point, I would, turn my heart to God, and God, help me. I'd pray, and I didn't want to give up. I mean, we're going to come up against things in our lives that are tough to bear, and you're going to feel, I just want to just quit and give up. But God doesn't want us to do that. So I'm going to share some scriptures with you. Hopefully it'll give you encouragement. Whatever it is you may be going through, you may not be going through anything, but at some point you will, because God said, in this life we're going to have troubles and trials and situations, but be of good cheer because He's overcome it for us. So I'm going to start in Luke chapter 18. Luke chapter 18, starting in verse 1. Jesus told them a parable to the effect that they ought always to pray and not to turn coward, faint, lose heart, and give up. See, that was Jesus talking to His disciples. To not turn coward and faint and lose heart and give up. And that's what we have an enemy. Our enemy, we have a common enemy. It's the devil. And he wants us to quit, wants us to give up. But God said, He's telling them right here, He said, don't turn coward, lose heart, and give up. And then He said, in a certain city, in verse 2, there was a judge who neither reverenced or feared God or respected or considered man. And there was a widow in that city who kept coming to him and saying, protect and defend and give me justice against my adversary. She kept coming. And for a time, that judge would not. But later he said to himself, though I have neither reverence or fear for God, nor respect or consideration for man, yet because this widow continues to bother me, I will defend and protect and avenge her, lest she give me intolerable annoyance and wear me out by her continual coming. You hear, continual coming, or at the last she come and rail on me and assault me and strangle me. Then the Lord said, listen to what the unjust judge says. See, this is an unjust judge. He just wanted her to quit. She was persistent, coming. And this is the unjust judge. And then verse 7, and will not our just God defend and protect and avenge His elect, His chosen ones, who cry to Him day and night? And that's what we should be doing. I mean, in our daily life, constantly, whatever we're doing on our daily walk, constantly crying out to God day and night. Jesus, help me. What should I do here? I don't know what to do. Please help me. Day and night. Will He defer them and delay help on their behalf? I tell you, He will defend and protect and avenge them speedily. Speedily. It says Jesus comes immediately to the cry of those who are crying out to Him. However, when the Son of Man comes, will He find persistence in faith on the earth? Did you hear that? When the Son of Man comes, will He find persistence in faith? It's the persistence that they're talking about right there. It's a reverential. I got another scripture here. They even spells that out. It's over in Matthew chapter 7. It says, keep on asking, and it will, and this is Matthew 7, verse 7. Keep on asking, and it will be given you. Keep on seeking, and you will find. Keep on knocking, and it says reverently. Not out of grumbling and complaining and griping and I don't understand why I'm going through this and what's going on. It's just like, I'm waiting on this. I feel like God put this in my heart. No, it's out of, Jesus, I just trust you, Jesus. I'm going to keep walking with you. I'm going to keep loving you. I'm going to keep reaching out to people. And you watch what happens. It says knocking reverently and the door will be open to you. For everyone who keeps on asking receives, and he who keeps on seeking finds, and to him who keeps on knocking, the door will be open. Or what man is there of you, if his son asks for a loaf of bread, will hand him a stone? I'm a dad, and I have four children, and that would never be in my heart. They ask me for something. I want to be a blessing to them. I want to see them blessed. I want to see them to have nice things. And they ask me for something. By the Spirit of God, I inquire God. How come? Whatever it is, I want them to have that good life. It says, or if he asks for a fish, will he hand him a serpent? If you then, evil as you are, know how to give good and advantageous gifts to your children, how much more will your Father who is in heaven, perfect as he is, give good and advantageous things to those who keep on asking him? In one translation, it says, will give the Holy Spirit to those who keep on asking him. So, but it's out of reverence. It's the reverential fear that you keep coming to God. I've got an example. I've got a personal example, but I want to share some examples out of the Bible here. In Matthew chapter 15, Jesus had withdrew to the district of Tyre and Sidon, and behold, there was this woman who was a Canaanite from that district, came out with a loud, troublesomely urgent cry, begged, have mercy on me, O Lord, Son of David. My daughter is miserably and distressingly and cruelly possessed by a demon. You hear that? She was crying out, begging. But in verse 23, but Jesus did not answer her a word. And his disciples came and implored him, saying, send her away, for she is crying out after us. You see that? Jesus didn't answer. What did the woman do? But Jesus said to her, he answered, I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So there it was, right there. There was the first thing, she could have said, okay, well, I have this need, but no, did she stop there? But she came and kneeling worshiped him and kept praying, Lord, help me. She wanted help. She wasn't going to quit. She wasn't going to get, she was reverential, that reverential fear, that reverential persistence. She said, help me. And he answered, it is not right, proper, becoming, or fair to take the children's bread and throw it to the little dogs. And what he's talking about there is that salvation and the blessings and everything. It goes to the children of God, the chosen. And she could have got offended there and think, hey, he called me a dog. And she could have said, well, I'm done. She could have got offended, got her feelings hurt, and this is just ridiculous, and just walked away. But what did she do? That didn't stop her. She said, yes, Lord. She was so humble. She said, yes, Lord. Yet even the little pups, the whelps, it says, eat the crumbs that fall from the young master's table. She just wanted a crumb. She just wanted a crumb. And what did Jesus say to her? Then Jesus answered her, O woman, great is your faith. Be it done for you as you wish. And her daughter was cured from that moment. Jesus, he noticed that she had faith. She was persistent. She wasn't going to quit. She wasn't going to give up. God had put something in her, and she knew by faith. Jesus saw the faith in her that she believed that Jesus and God and Jesus could help her, and she wouldn't quit. There was many opportunities that she could have said, "This is just." She could have got offended, upset, and said, "I'm not doing this. This is just. I just don't feel like this is right. What he's saying to me. We can't live there. If God's put this over, you need to keep going, keep pressing into God. What does it say? Keep knocking, keep asking reverently. Jesus. She said, "Help me." That's what God wants from us. He just wants to say, help me, Jesus. Help me, Jesus. Another example, this is in Mark chapter 10. Excuse me. It's about blind Bartimaeus. So the disciples, they came to Jericho, and as he was leaving Jericho with his disciples and a great crowd, Bartimaeus, a blind beggar, a son of Timaeus, was sitting by the roadside. And when he heard that Jesus of Nazareth had, he began to shout, saying, Jesus, son of David, have pity and mercy on me now. Not later, but he wanted it right now. And many, listen to that, many severely censured and reproved, telling him to keep still. But he kept on shouting. Think about that. People will tell you, shh, be quiet. No. But when it gets like that, if God put something in your heart, God wants you to be even that much bolder. And you know when God's put something in your heart, you just need to step in and press into the will of God. And so they were trying to get him to be quiet. But it says he kept on shouting all the more. You, son of David, have pity and mercy on me now. He wanted it right then. He didn't want to wait. And what happened? Jesus stopped and said, call him. And they called the blind man, telling him, take courage, get up. Jesus is calling you. Think about that. Jesus is calling you. And throwing off his outer garment, he leaped up and came to Jesus. And Jesus said to him, what do you want me to do for you? And the blind man said to him, Master, let me receive my sight. He was very specific. The Word of God says be specific. Those definite petitions to God. He had a definite petition. He said, let me receive my sight. You see, Bartimaeus was persistent here. He just kept pressing in. And Jesus said to him, go your way. He told him to go your way. Your faith has healed you. And at once he received his sight. But what did he do? He received his sight and he accompanied Jesus on the road. Think about that. He didn't get up and say, oh, thank you, Jesus, and go off. That's what happens to a lot of people. When Jesus comes and answers their prayer, it said they don't get up and accompany Jesus on the road. They get up and they start doing their own thing. And that's not what God wants. God's doing these things because he loves us. He wants us to walk with him. He wants us to be a disciple of his. So Bartimaeus was so grateful and thankful. It said he received his sight and he accompanied Jesus. He became a disciple of Jesus. And that's what Jesus wants for us. He wants us to be that same way. I have an example. We just at my house, we just got a couple of months ago, we got city water. And so we were going to take our well, which we were on. We're going to use our well. We're going to use it for our irrigation system, so we can have them separate, so our water bill won't be so high. So in the midst of it, we got the city water, got it all in, and so now I'm going to try to hook up my irrigation system for my yard. I got it all around my house. Hook up my irrigation system to my well. Well, in the midst of it, I'm trying to make sure I have, because I haven't used it in 15 years, because it was causing problems with my well, and I was burning up the motors on my well pump. So I said, oh, this is great. So I started going around and I started to try to do the testing on the system, and everything was doing okay, but there were certain areas that I couldn't find. The sprinkler heads weren't popping up, and so I was like, I know they're here. I know what, and so in the midst of it, even my timer wasn't working properly where I could test the system. So I went around, I only have half an acre, but still, I have a lot of planters. So I'm going around trying to find these different stations and these different heads. I was like an archaeologist, finding all these sprinkler heads all over the place. And I was happy. But one of the main areas that we wanted to have the irrigation was the yard. And the yard irrigation would not come up, no matter what, I would do. I was trying to do it manually, and the sprinkler heads wouldn't come up. I mean, this went on for, I know, at least a month and a half. And I just kept saying, Jesus, I know those heads are there. Help me, Jesus. I've got to find these heads, or this extra station where they could be. And every day I would go out there in the yard. I'm shoveling around, probing around, trying to find. And it's like it was hot. I was working under lights, and I was just, it got to the point I was like, it was burdensome. I couldn't figure this out. And so, like I said, this went on for weeks. And so there's this one day I said, okay, I'm going to put the work clothes on, go outside, and I'm going out. Go out in the yard, and I'm probing around. I'm digging. I'm digging about 2 or 3 feet down, and I said, Jesus, please. I would wake up. I would go to bed praying. Wake up praying. God, please show me where these. I really wanted to find these because we got new sod and we want the sod to die, and so we needed these sprinkler heads. And so this one day, after weeks and weeks, I'm over. It was one planter, and I start to dig, and I heard the Spirit of God said, like, go on the other side of this bush, on the other side of the bush, and try over there. And so I went over to the other side of the bush, and I went to go put my shovel in the ground, and my shovel scraped across something hard, and it was the missing irrigation box that I had been looking for. I cried because I knew I had been persistent. I had been crying out to God, and sure enough, I cried. I opened up the box. I started turning the valves, and what happened? The sprinkler heads in the yard came up. I ran in, and it's like you get so excited because God answered my prayer. Like I said, I had been praying at night, waking up in the morning and saying, God, please help me show where these heads are. And that meant something to me. That may seem insignificant and small, but that meant something to me. I was persistent. I cried out to God, Jesus, please help me. And he heard my prayer. When I settled down and I heard his voice, it's kind of like when Jesus told his disciples, they had been fishing, and he said, they were persistent in their fishing. He said, throw the net on the other side. And he said, Jesus, we've been fishing all day. We haven't caught. He said, throw it on the other side. And when they did do that, what happened? The blessings came. They caught so many fish, it almost sunk their boat. So I'm going to go back to the word here. And in 2 Kings, here's another example. When the Lord was about to take Elijah up to heaven by a whirlwind, Elijah and Elisha were going from Gilgal. And Elijah said to Elisha, Elijah was about to be taken up to be with God. Elijah said to Elisha, he said, you stay right here, I pray you, for the Lord has sent me to go to Bethel. But Elisha replied, as the Lord lives and as your soul lives, I will not leave you. So they went down from Bethel. So Elisha was not going to leave Elijah's side here. So what happened? The prophet's sons who were at Bethel came to Elisha and said, do you know that the Lord will take your master up away from you today? He said, shh, yes, I know it. Hold your peace. He knows. And Elijah said to him, Elisha, I want you to stay here. Tarry here. I pray, for the Lord has sent me to Jericho. But he said, as the Lord lives and as your soul lives, I will not leave you. So they came to Jericho. The sons of the prophets that were in Jericho came to Elisha and said, do you know that the Lord will take your master away from you today? And he answered, yes, I know it. Hold your peace. Elijah said to him, tarry here, I pray you, for the Lord has sent me to Jordan. See, all these different places, but Elisha would not leave Elijah's side. He was persistent. But he said, as the Lord is at your soul, I will not leave you. And the two of them went on. And 50 men of the sons of the prophet also went and stood to watch afar off. And the two of them stood at by the Jordan. And listen to what happened. Elijah took his mantle, it's an article of clothing, and rolled it up and struck the waters. And they divided this way and that. And so the two men went over on dry ground. And when they had gone over, Elijah said to Elisha, ask, what shall I do for you before I am taken from you? And Elisha said, this is powerful. Elisha said, I pray you, let a double portion of your spirit be upon me. He wanted, the word of God, and I want you to know this, we can have what we want. God will allow us to have what we want. I know when I came here, I began to see people that were changed, that began to be open-hearted and just, straightforward and humble and just open their heart. And I wanted that. And so what did I do? I was persistent. I mean, that's what's kept me here. It's like I pressed in to those people who I saw that were setting a good example for me, just like right here with Elijah and Elisha. Elisha wanted a double portion of the spirit of Elijah. And what happened? And he said, this is what Elijah said, that you asked a hard thing. However, if you see me when I am taken up from you, it shall be so for you. But if not, it shall not be so. So basically, he told him what would happen if you see me go up. And so as they still went on and talked, and behold, a chariot of fire and horses of fire parted the two of them, and Elijah went up in a whirlwind into heaven, and Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel and its horsemen. And he saw him no more, and he took hold of his clothes and tore them into pieces. And so what happened? Elijah went up. Elisha got the mantle of Elijah, and what happened? He took that mantle that fell from Elijah and struck the waters, just like what Elijah did. And he said, where's the Lord, the God of Elijah? And when he had struck the waters, they parted this way and that, and Elisha went over. And when the sons of the prophets who were watching at Jericho saw him, they said, the spirit of Elijah rests on Elisha. And they came to meet him and bowed themselves to the ground before him. So he got his petition, his prayer, because at every point where Elijah was telling him, you stay here, he said, no. Where you go, I'm going. Because he knew that the Spirit of God was going to take him. He's not going to know where he went, and so but why was he doing that? Because he wanted a double portion of the Spirit of God that was in Elijah. And he got it. So let me share these scriptures. I hope they encourage you. In Hebrews chapter 10, so how should we be? It says in verse 35, do not therefore fling away your fearless confidence, for it carries a great and glorious compensation of reward. So don't fling it away. You need that fearless confidence that you trust and believe that God's going to do something for you. You have to believe. It's called faith. All these examples I shared. The woman that had the daughter that was sick, and Jesus said, I can't throw the food to the dogs, and Jesus saw her faith. It takes faith, confidence. For I have need of steadfast patience and endurance, so that you may perform and fully accomplish the will of God, and thus receive and carry away and enjoy to the full what is promised. For still a little while, a very little while, and the coming one will come, and he will not delay. But the just shall live by faith. My righteous servant shall live by his conviction respecting man's relationship to God and divine things, and holy fervor born of faith and conjoined with it. This is powerful right here. And if he draws back and shrinks in fear, that's not going to be, we don't want to be that way. My soul has no delight or pleasure in him. Verse 39 should give you hope. But our way is not of those who draw back to eternal misery, perdition, and are utterly destroyed, but we are those who believe, who cleave to, trust in, and rely on God through Jesus Christ the Messiah, and by faith preserve the soul. It says we're not of those that draw back. We're not going to be those that draw back. I mean, you're going to face things. It's going to almost, almost like stunning, shocking, or whatever it is. But you don't quit. You press in. You keep pressing in by the Spirit of God. That reverential persistence. Galatians 6 says, verse 9, and let us not lose heart and grow weary and faint in acting nobly and doing right, for in due time and at the appointed season we shall reap if we do not loosen relax our courage and faint. That's how it started. God told them a story about always to pray and not to turn coward and to faint. Let us not lose heart. Don't lose heart. Don't grow weary and faint and acting nobly and doing right. For in due time and at the appointed season, God has a hold of it. God has a hold of my life, your life. He said, you shall reap. If we do not loosen and relax our courage and faith, that's what the devil wants us to do. He wants you to just say, yeah, it's hopeless. Just quit. Just give up. Isaiah 40. Listen to this one. Isaiah 40, verse 28. Have you not known? Have you not heard? The everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of earth, does not faint or grow weary. So we serve a God that doesn't faint and grow weary. And he sent his son to die, to be resurrected, to send the Holy Spirit to live on the inside of us so that we won't grow faint and grow weary. There is no searching of his understanding. Verse 29 in Isaiah 40. He gives power to the faint and weary, and to him who has no might, he increases strength, causing it, listen to this, to multiply and making it to abound. Doesn't that sound good? Causing it to multiply, that strength, causing it to multiply and making it abound. Verse 30, even youth shall faint and be weary, and selected young men shall feebly stumble and fall exhausted. You're going through things. It's like, you sometimes you feel a little exhausted. You're holding on. And so even the youth have that happen. Even the young people that fall, feebly and fall exhausted. Verse 31. But those who wait for the Lord, who expect, look for, hope in him, shall change. That's what we want. We want to change and renew their strength and power, and they shall lift up their wings and mount up close. It's what we want. Mount up close to God as eagles mount up to the sun. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint or become tired. It's like that song that we sing. Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings of eagles. They shall run and not grow weary. They shall walk and not faint. Teach me, Lord, to wait. So we're going to wait upon the Lord, and it says we will renew our strength. And the last one I'm going to share about Paul. Paul, he said about his endurance, because he endured a lot. He went through a lot. In Philippians 3, he says, and Jesus is going to be working on us all the way up until the day he comes back for us. Paul says in Philippians 3, not that I have now attained this ideal or have already been made perfect, but I press on to lay hold of, grasp, to make my own that for which Christ Jesus the Messiah has laid hold of me and made me his own. He says, I do not consider, brethren, that I have captured and made it my own yet, but one thing I do is my one aspiration, he says, forgetting what lies behind, straining forward. Hear that? Straining forward to what lies ahead. I press on toward the goal to win the supreme and heavenly prize to which God in Christ Jesus is calling us upward. So I hope that encouraged you today. God wants us to keep leaning in, pressing in, crying out to him, to have that reverential persistence that we believe and we trust, and we're not going to waver and distrust God, because God has blessed. Just know, if you're up against something, that on the other side of whatever that hard time you're having, on the other side, when you get through it, there's the blessings, there's the life, there's the joy, there's the blessings. So I hope that encouraged you today. Please join with us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8:30 to 9, and go to our website, www.wordoffaithfellowship.org, and I pray that you have a wonderful day. We love you.
More music.